We are used to cats as domestic pets that create an atmosphere of coziness, delighting us with their purring and playful antics. But how did the cat become such an important companion to humans? What role did it play in history? And how did it transform from wild animals into the fluffy friends we know today? The history of cats does not begin today, but goes back to ancient times. First, it is important to understand that cats, like all other domestic animals, descend from their wild ancestors. All modern domestic cats have a common ancestor, the wild ancestor that lived about 10,000 years ago. This ancestor is the wild cat known as Felis libica, or the African wildcat. These animals inhabited North Africa and the Middle East and became the foundation for all domestic cats. Interestingly, the first cats began to interact with humans not by their will, but by circumstance. When people began to engage in agriculture, they started to store their harvests, which attracted a large number of rodents, especially mice. These rodents became attractive prey for wild cats, which in turn began to settle near human settlements. Thus, cats began to play the role of natural guardians, protecting the harvest from pests. This symbiosis laid the foundation for the relationship between cats and humans. People not only began to appreciate cats for their ability to eliminate mice and other pests, but also gradually tamed them. Initially, cats did not need to rely completely on humans for food, as they could catch their own prey. However, over time, with the development of agriculture and changes in living conditions, cats became increasingly dependent on humans. Thus, around 4,000 years ago in ancient Egypt, cats began to occupy a special place in society. Egyptians were the first to domesticate cats on a deeper level. Here, cats not only protected grain from rodents, but also became objects of worship. The ancient Egyptians associated cats with deities, especially with the goddess Bastet, who was depicted with the head of a cat. Bastet was the goddess of the home, fertility, and also the protector of women and children. Images of cats can be found on many Egyptian monuments, and they were considered sacred animals. In Egypt, cats became symbols not only of power and protection, but also of aesthetic beauty. They were depicted in art, including statuettes and paintings. Additionally, cats were held in high regard, and killing a cat could result in a death penalty. In Egypt, cats lived in the homes of the aristocracy, and only in some cases were they used as sacrificial animals in temples. The process of spreading cats from Egypt was not swift. They began to reach other parts of the world, first through trade routes, and then through conquering wars. Cats reached Greece, Rome, and then other countries in Europe, where they continued to maintain their role as protectors against mice and rats. However, in the Middle Ages, in Europe, attitudes toward cats changed. During this period, cats became associated with witches and witchcraft, leading to the destruction of many cats. In various countries in Europe, there were persecutions against cats. This particularly affected places where superstitions related to magic and dark forces existed. Cats were perceived as allies of witches, and they were mass exterminated, which unfortunately contributed to the increase in the rodent population. Nevertheless, by the 18th century, cats began to return to homes, and this time not only as protectors but also as beloved pets. During this period, the official breeding of pedigree cats began, and the first cat shows appeared. Cats became popular not only in Europe, but also in other countries. Cats began to be valued for their grace, intelligence, and independence. With the development of scientific research and breeding in the 19th and 20th centuries, cats became increasingly diverse. New breeds emerged, and their number continued to grow. During this time, cats gained even more status and became true members of families that were cherished and lovingly raised. Today, cats around the world are not just mouse hunters, but also faithful companions to humans. The emergence of numerous cat breeds, from Persians to Siamese, has opened new horizons for people to interact with these amazing animals. Cats have learned to adapt perfectly to life in apartments and outdoors, becoming an important part of modern culture. Cats are not just animals. They embody home, coziness, and even independence. Their purring is soothing, and their playfulness and mysterious grace continue to inspire awe. Although the journey of cats from wild ancestors to fluffy friends was long and arduous, today we can confidently say that cats have earned their rightful place in our homes and hearts. So if you are sitting next to a cat, take a moment to consider how many thousands of years it and its ancestors have traveled to become what they are today. From mysterious guardians of the harvest to modern companions, cats have come a long way and continue to delight us with their company. According to statistics, there are about 600 million cats in the world, of which 200 million are domestic pets. The reasons people keep cats are diverse, ranging from religious beliefs and pest control to a simple desire for a fluffy friend. Have you ever wondered where in the world cats are loved the most? Let's find out. The first place, of course, is occupied by Russia. Here, cats are true kings of domestic animals. According to statistics, more than 60% of domestic pets in Russia are cats. The residents of the USA are not far behind. In this country, there are even more cats than dogs, and they hold a cherished place in families across the nation. France is also famous for its love of cats. These fluffy friends can be found in every home, and the French take pride in the fact that cats are not just pets, but part of their culture. Italy has not been left behind either. Italians adore cats, and you can find them everywhere on the streets of major cities. Cats are also quite popular in Japan. The Japanese not only keep them at home, but also visit special cat cafes. There are even entire islands in Japan where cats live in the wild, and this has become a real tourist attraction. In the United Kingdom, cats are also on a pedestal. They are kept in most homes, and there are even entire communities of pedigree cat lovers. Finally, China. Despite years of underestimating domestic cats, they are becoming increasingly popular today, and you can find them in cities across the country. Cats are not just pets, they are true companions in our lives, and their love and attachment make our world brighter and warmer. But how did cats become so independent and self-sufficient, despite thousands of years of interaction with humans? The answer lies in their unique nature. When cats began to settle near human settlements, they still retained important traits of their wild ancestors. They did not become completely dependent on humans for food, as happened with dogs. Cats have always maintained their hunting instincts. The wild ancestors of domestic cats, such as Felis libica, were solitary predators, preferring to hunt and feed alone. This allowed cats to retain their independence, not needing human help for survival. On one hand, humans helped cats by providing them with shelter and food. On the other hand, cats never became completely dependent, as for example dogs did, and this allowed them to preserve their natural instincts. They not only helped humans combat rodents, but also remained sufficiently self-sufficient beings capable of taking care of themselves in any conditions. Cats became important family members, but this does not mean they stopped being predators. On the contrary, their natural inclination to hunt has been preserved throughout their history. Even in the modern world, cats can perform little hunting feats, catching insects or small animals. This makes cats truly unique among domestic pets. They are not just pets, but essentially remain wild animals, though in their everyday behavior, they have adapted to life alongside humans. Another interesting feature of cats is their attachment to humans, but only on their own terms. Unlike dogs, which strive to please their owners, cats can be affectionate and sociable while not being intrusive. They come to you when they want and leave when they need some alone time. This makes them ideal companions for people who value harmony and independence. Cats' independence is also manifested in their habit of creating their own territories. Even at home, they often choose specific corners or spots where they feel safe and comfortable. These spaces become their personal areas, and cats do not like it when they are intruded upon. They know how to set boundaries and maintain their personal space. It is this independence that makes cats so unique. They do not require constant attention and care like dogs, but they can still be excellent companions. Cats can adapt to various living conditions, from urban apartments to country houses, and always remain true to their instincts. Thus, cats have firmly entered our lives while retaining their wildness and independence. And despite having been with us for thousands of years, they still remain the same predators, ready to hunt and monitor their surroundings. But therein lies their magic. Their ability to be close to us while remaining self-sufficient and independent makes them ideal pets for people who value freedom and harmony. Modern cats, despite living with us, continue to hold on to the same mystery and independence that characterized their wild ancestors. They still master their spaces, and many owners note that cats can sense their owners' moods, offering their company precisely when it is needed. However, every cat owner knows that, despite their independence, cats are not just animals, they are true family members. In moments when a cat decides to show affection, it can be incredibly gentle and loving. This contrast between their desire for solitude and their ability to bond makes cats even more charming. And yet, their behavior always leaves us with room for mysteries. For example, cats can spend hours watching something invisible to us, movement on the wall, or the slightest changes in their environment that they can detect. Their keen gaze and heightened sense of hearing help them stay connected to nature. Even their moments of contemplation and the habit of exploring the surroundings indicate their connection to nature and their wild instincts. In conclusion, cats are not only amazing and independent creatures, but also invaluable companions. They teach us to appreciate freedom, while their presence fills our homes with warmth and love. Perhaps that is why we love them so much, because they remind us of the wild, independent, and beautiful nature that exists around us and within ourselves. What awaits cats in the future? Perhaps they will continue to be loyal friends, remaining the mysterious creatures that delight us with their grace and inner strength. This bond between humans and cats will continue to evolve, and ahead of us lie amazing discoveries. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to learn more about cats and other animals, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of interesting content coming up. See you soon!